Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. On today's video I decided to do a little project on my deck. My deck is aging and it has certain areas were starting to go out, but I think overall it's still got some years in it. So we had to patch up this area that deteriorated the most. It's a corner, it's pretty exposed, and what really caused the rotting is that the covering or the rail that goes on top doesn't fully cover the 4x4s, so that allowed for rain and water to come through. And over the years, it just deteriorated and rotted the posts all the way down to where they're connected. Now, I don't really think that this deck was built to code or built properly by a good contractor. I think I've seen a lot of mistakes, and I am no expert by any definitions. I think like this is really the first or second small projects that I've decided to take on myself for this deck. So the goal here is to be as efficient as possible and not go all out, because there's no point to spending a lot of money trying to fix this deck when the rest of it is already starting to go. So we're just gonna patch up that corner and get more life out of it for the time being until the foreseeable future, and really start saving for a complete replacement or a backyard overhaul. In the meantime, what I advise you to do is that you really have to think everything through before you decide to take on any project, especially a project like this. And if you're not handy or don't have the experience with wood, it may sound like really easy in your mind, but there's so many that goes on and so many things that you have to think through. So take your time, order all the parts that you need. After you tear out the area that's damaged, it's going to give you a better idea of how much stuff you need, and really think about how you're going to replace it. And safety, right? So you saw there, I really scratched my fingers. I had gloves out with me and I still hurt myself. I don't know how that happened. So we got the post. I made so many mistakes, and that's despite the fact that I thought everything through and I slept on it. So I really advise you to, think it over and plan it out in your head, even on paper if you have to, before you execute anything. And then I had to really beef up the posts so they can stay strong. And now this is the strongest part of my deck.